The 12th Doctor was played by actor Peter Capaldi, an actor who was in the role of the Doctor from 2014 until 2017, covering 4 years and 3 series of Doctor Who. And in that time, he had 3 main companions. He carried over Clara Oswald from the 11th Doctor's era, with her staying with the Doctor for an additional 2 series under Peter Capaldi's reign. There was also Nardole, played by Matt Lucas, who was only actually supposed to be around for 1 episode, the 2015 Christmas special, but then when Matt Lucas went to Stephen Moffat and asked if he could come back sometime, Stephen Moffat agreed and wrote Nardole into the next series. And the other main companion of the 12th Doctor's era was Bill Potts, played by actress Pearl Mackie, who was only around for series 10, but definitely made her place in it. Now, the 12th Doctor, when he was cast as the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi was 55, the same age that William Hartnell was when he first took on the role of the Doctor in 1963. Now, seemingly because of this, they wrote the 12th Doctor as kind of a more older type of Doctor. Similar to the first Doctor, he was a Doctor who was cold but seemed to eventually warm up over time. You can see this especially in his first episode, where at the very end of it, Clara gives him a hug, and he's like, I'm not sure that I'm a hugging person now. Then by the end of his first series, series 8, when she hugs him again, and then asks him, why don't you like hugging? Never trust a hug. It's just a way to hide your face. But then gradually over time he does begin to warm up, and then in his last episode he does end up hugging versions of Nardole and Bill that have shown up, which is it's nice to see how much he's grown over the time. Now, he was, as I said, he was the Doctor for 3 series of Doctor Who, from series 8 through to series 10, from 2014 through to 2017, with, in my opinion, some of his best episodes in those 4 years being Dark Water and Death in Heaven for series 8, Heaven Sent from series 9, and World Enough in Time and the Doctor Falls for series 10. But he also had a few guilty pleasures in mind in there, such as Robot of Sherwood and Time Heist from series 8, The Magician's Apprentice and the Witch's Familiar from series 9, The Return of Doctor Mysterio from 2016, and Empress of Mars from series 10. All of these, I think, not necessarily the best episodes, but they're ones that I do hold a particularly dear place in my heart. Now, Capaldi eventually announced that he was going to be leaving the role in 2017 following series 10 and the Christmas special. And while his reason for regenerating ultimately comes in The Doctor Falls, it wouldn't be until his final episode, Twice Upon a Time, that his Doctor would actually regenerate. Seemingly during a fight with both the Cybermen and the 2 versions of the Master, he is seemingly injured. I can't remember exactly how, maybe he's shot by the Master or kind of injured by the Cybermen, but he's injured fairly early on into The Doctor Falls, but then spends most of the episode pushing back the regeneration. And then, in fact, by the end of The Doctor Falls, he is just about to regenerate, but then strongly denies it, saying, I will not change! Which you can understand that for as long as the Doctor has lived, now he just wants a time to be able to rest, to be able to just say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And then just to see him right at the end trying to push it down, you definitely feel for him. He's acting his freaking heart out. Anyway, his final episode was Twice Upon a Time, which aired on Christmas Day 2017, with his final story involving him encountering the first version of the Doctor, played at this point by actor David Bradley, and both of them trying to stop regeneration, wanting to live and die as themselves, but ultimately needing to come to terms with the fact that they will move on and they will change, which is nice to see. Now, as I said, this Doctor was cold at the beginning, but then gradually warmed up over time. In the first episode, he pretty much leaves Clara behind a locked door. And then when she says to him, pass me the sonic screwdriver, I might need it, before swanning off. But then by the end of it, when he's having meaningful conversations with Nardole and Bill, or at least glass versions of them, he kind of he talks to them as if they were dear friends, and even when they give him back his memories of Clara, even that's a tearful moment. He definitely had some great moments in there, and you should definitely check him out if you haven't already. I mean, if you haven't checked him out, what are you doing here? He is definitely one of the Doctors that I have seen quite a few people say he is their favourite on the New Who era. While my personal favourite is David Tennant, I can definitely see why people classify Peter Capaldi as one of their favourites. So yeah, he's definitely got some good episodes in there, and you should definitely check him out if you get the chance. Anyway, next up, the final Doctor I'm going to talk about, since I'm not going to talk about Jo Martin's Doctor, because, well, we don't really know that much more about her at this point. The last one I'm going to talk about is Jodie Whittaker. Anyway, when I get around to that, I'll let you know. Until then, see ya.